then you pause your chest compressions and it'll talk to you. So it'll normally have a... My name's Dr Nikki Fitzgerald. I'm a junior doctor at Whipps Cross Hospital and a BMA LNC rep. So I've been heavily involved in organising the activities today. And the reasons why we're out here today on strike and doing Meet the Doctors events is to make sure people are hearing our message, which is being mainly missed by the mainstream media, about the ongoing dispute with the government. And the crux of the matter is that the government have taken the decision to impose a contract that we fundamentally disagree with. They have pulled out of negotiations with the BMA and have refused, despite repeated invitations back to round the table, to continue to negotiate and make a good, safe, fair contract. So we're incredibly frustrated that they're pushing ahead with few of the details of the contract worked out, and they're really missing an opportunity to give the junior doctors a good contract and really make the future doctors of the NHS happy about what they're doing and give them good terms to keep the NHS as amazing and brilliant as it is already. So frankly, it is unacceptable that the government have taken the decision to impose a contract on a group of incredibly hard-working people who just want to negotiate and make sure that we can get terms that are good for us and good for our hospitals and good for our patients.
You know, it's really unfortunate that it's come to this, and it would have been nice to have been able to resolve this without having to cause strikes and disruption. But I think it's necessary now. We've got to this point because there's a real threat of an imposition of a very unsafe contract based on dubious interpretation of statistics, I have to say, and no clarification since of those, and no sort of show you're working. And I think we wouldn't be out here if we weren't very concerned about the impact it's going to have on patient safety, patients' continuity of care, and so there has to be a last line of defence against that, and unfortunately it's come down to this. And one thing I think is really important to say, is that the government, it's a cheap trick to play to say this is all about money. But actually you need to look beyond that at the consequences. And there are people leaving due to low morale. There is less through flow at the lower end from medical schools because there's other ways to enter a caring profession, and not have to go through what the government are imposing for doctors. And ultimately, I hope this is very, very untrue and I've completely got it wrong. I really hope this is true. But my fear... Thank you! My fear is that ultimately this is a longer-term plan for destabilisation and ultimate deconstruction of a service that we're very, very proud to have when the rest of the world is moving towards us, our model as much as possible. There are pockets in our sort of political world and society that are hell-bent on maybe taking it the other way, and that's not fair. Everybody deserves good evidence-based care at the point of delivery. Queen to average Joe like myself, So
you're an average Joe.
Oh, no, you will be. Yeah, the job I do doesn't dictate the person I am.
No, exactly.
I can't run very fast. I can't draw. I'm not very good at certain things, but I happen to be good at treating patients. There are cuts to services. There are very, very brutal cuts to services. I work with older adults at the moment, and we really have a responsibility to look after the most vulnerable in our society. And sometimes it really does feel, with cuts left, right and centre, services in the NHS and adjuncts to the NHS. There are housing benefits, having to pay for an extra bedroom, all these businesses. It's you've got to the ripe old age of 80, 90. It's been a hard life with a lifelong chronic illness. Cut someone's a break, really, we deserve to look after our thank you very much, our older adults a lot better than we do, I think, But the good thing is there are, in this profession, and not just older adults, in all of psychiatry, but I can only speak from older adults at the moment, there are a lot of people that are dedicated to, you know, using the limited resources we have, getting smaller all the time, really making sure that, you know, our lovely golden oldies get what they deserve, you know. So thank you very much. Thank you.